Today, kind of lay back a little bit. Just more of a catch-up video more than anything. But right now, Cody is. I didn't get this any of this on camera, but Cody has his truck and our friend Phil's truck both ripped apart. Phil's truck is getting a new fast fuel system in it. I'll show you guys. I'll try and get a little bit of footage of Cody installing that. But Cody got a bunch of parts back from Powder, and he went with this. I'm not sure exactly what the name of the powder coat is. It's some kind of teal laid on super chrome. So there's a super chrome base on it, and then teal's layered over top. But he's got a bunch of parts. He's got all of his charging pipes that color. It's a really nice color. More of a teal, not necessarily seafoam, but in the sunlight you can see some metal flake in it and stuff like that. Fuel line's all polished up. Alternator cover looks really good. He's also getting his compression housing powder coated, and that'll all be back soon enough, and he'll install it, and his engine bay will look pretty damn good. And Phil's truck just got this fast fuel system. I'm not sure the actual model of it. The fuel tank is dropped right now. That's right back here. I guess Fast never sent a draw straw for the sump of the tank, so Cody's waiting on that to throw that back in. They also went and picked up a roll pan, a sport front grill, and a sport front bumper for this truck, because this is not originally a sport truck. So as you can see, they got the sport front bumper on. The license plate will be removed, and the fog lights are getting like clear LEDs or whatever. So that'll look really good. And that's all going to be eventually color matched. Same with the grill. However, for me, I'm kind of on a different schedule because I've been working. Cody's been doing the work to both of these trucks. But my black truck is at paint right now. The guy that's doing all my my paint work is taking care of that. We're doing something really special, that iPad dash that we're planning on doing for the whole truck. It's going to be insane. Before the truck actually left, I didn't film really. I tried filming, I just didn't have the time to film it. I got the headliner out because I want to do the headliner. Like, I'm doing the headliner and he's doing the whole interior. There's the old headliner. It has 750 stars. It's a Starlight headliner, and that one has 750. And I actually bought a new one that we're going to be diving into today. That's going to have like 1,100 stars. So the difference between 750 to 1,100 is going to be ridiculous. I'll go in here and show you guys the new setup. There's my forces. There is the brand new headliner. This came out of a wrecked, I believe it was a wrecked 2014 Dodge Ram 1500, and it was down in, I think it was Miami, Florida. No marks, no creases, nothing. I can't believe how perfect it is. I paid a pretty good price for it. Just a heads up, they have to ship these headliners in freight, so that adds like a lot of money, probably $100 or so onto your shipping costs. And today, this is the wiring harness off my truck that came off of my old headliner that I'm going to put on this one. Originally, my interior was a bighorn interior. It was more of a two-tone. It was like half of this black plastic and half of this tan plastic. And so I ripped all of the tan plastic out of the truck, and I'm actually going to be painting this with plastic paint or vinyl paint, and painting that to match this, so all of the plastic parts are going to be black. So I'll get this headliner outside. I'll lay down the suede or the black suede that I have yet to show you guys, and I'll kind of show you what's going on here. It's pretty much just a blank slate. There's nothing on the back side. There's nothing on the top. No marks or anything. I mean, in some people's eyes, I'm about to ruin it because I have to put a bunch of adhesive on here to lay the suede. And once my brother gets back, borrowing my Dakota, because his truck does not run right now, I will show you guys the suede. In the meantime, though, I actually bought this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but the instructions kind of say what I'm looking for here. I want to have something that can glue the wiring harness onto the headliner with, if I had to remove it for whatever reason, I could. All right, he's finally back with the truck. Why the f would you get chips and salsa? All right, so here's the black suede I was talking about. I'll lay it out and show you what's going on. It's just pretty cheap, but it should hide the stars a little bit better. All right, guys, so it's actually the next day. I went to Lowe's yesterday and picked up this this heavy-duty adhesive from Gorilla Glue. Laid that down with the wires to help stick to the headliner. What I did, just taped her down and then laid down that adhesive. I'm not sure exactly the dry time, probably at least an hour or so. So while that's drying, I'm going to get all the tan plastic parts out from this room. And I'm going to take them outside, start stripping them. I have adhesion promoter. Should clean off the surface and allow that vinyl paint to stick to this plastic a little bit better. All the dirt and dust off these parts because they've been sitting for a couple days now. And I got this is the glove box. There's a bunch of parts. All these parts are going to be painted. And I did a test run, just very rough. This is not by any means perfect. This part is not going to be going on the truck. But right here, I only did half of it, so that's the back half, that's tan, and it's black. This black piece right here, this is the bottom part of the B pillar on my truck. That black that I sprayed on this A pillar is pretty close, almost identical, the B pillars. All right, so this is it right here, vinyl and fabric, black, I think. And to make it stick, because these surfaces, especially with this, it's kind of slippery. Promoter from Bulldog, or you could probably find it from other brands too. And I did do a scratch test on this. This is just one layer, both of the adhesion promoter and the black spray paint. I got my fingernail going on it right here. Scratch, just like fingernail scratches, nothing going through the paint or anything. So it's pretty tough. So I've already done a bunch of pieces. We'll go over this process. This is something that will be getting use inside of the truck. You want to make sure that a year or 2 years down the road, you don't go and pull down the sun visor and the paint wants to fall off. What you're pretty much doing is you're giving the effect that the truck came factory with black plastics on the inside. You are touching them, at certain parts you are touching them daily. So I got all the parts that need to be taped up. Got the mirrors all taped up. Options for the lights inside here and the mirror lights inside here are all. I was gonna paint tonight, but the weather was just not having it. A little Dakota update. She's got pretty much a bald tire. That is a bald tire. So got two fresh tires here that I'm gonna throw on her at some point. So alright, so I did a couple test runs with a couple different glues. I think it's dry enough to peel off this tape. It's holding it down pretty well. Alright, so I ended up going ahead and laying the suede on here. I had a big chunk. I chopped that off, and this is kind of what we're working with here. This high strength 90 spray adhesive I'm going to use for the broader parts of the headliner, the big flat spots or whatever. It's a way easier application process than this contact cement. I'm going to be using this around all the little divots here because the headliner is obviously not flat. The next day, a couple minutes ago, I just got done finishing up painting all the parts that I had taped over that I showed you guys last night. I got the rest of the parts out here. They're all cleaned, ready to go. Figured I'd show you this process a little bit. It's pretty much, you lay it down pretty much just exactly like spray paint. I'll give you guys a headliner update. Kind of got messed up last night. The adhesive that we were working, I'm not sure where it is. We were using the wrong kind. This is the stuff I'm talking about. The Weldwood contact cement, the low odor formula would not recommend that. We tried it last night, just didn't do the trick. And currently I just went to Lowe's a couple hours ago and picked up this right here, a little bit thicker, different color. The other stuff was like a white paste. This is more of like a yellow gel. We'll throw it on. This is something that I don't want to have to redo again. I'm doing 1100 fiber optic stars. So the last thing I want to do is lay it down, throw all the stars in. You know, going down the highway, the headliner starts drooping. That would not be good. And I already sprayed this piece with the black spray paint out there. Looks really good. It's not supposed to be glossy, not supposed to be flashy. For the plastic adhesion, this is what I would recommend. Bulldog Adhesion Promoter. This is the vinyl paint I'm using. It's duple color vinyl and fabric.
Purchase your track today.
Alright guys, so a couple days ago, or yesterday, I actually laid down the first part of the SUEDE here. I didn't want to film anything until I knew that I was actually giving you guys good information. Using that the blue weldwood contact cement that I just showed you, and it looks really good. There's no bubbling anywhere. It's holding down, as you can see. It's pretty solid, especially for my first time doing it. I've never done any sort of upholstery or anything like that. My recommendation would to have a lot of vice grips on hand, just to clamp down the corners, because these do want to come up a little bit, but just lay a heavier coat of the contact cement on the edges and then just vice grip it down. It should hold. So it's a couple hours later now. The whole SUEDE headliner it's pretty much dry. 99% of it laid down perfectly smooth. Last part of it, these little coat hanger holes right here, these gave me insane amount of trouble. That's still drying over there because a part wanted to keep lifting up. After I take that clamp off, it should be all right. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. It laid down really well. Now, obviously, this is SUEDE, so this fabric moves, so gets darker and lighter as you rub it. So, but it laid down perfectly smooth. I'll put this in the next video, but tomorrow I'll button up all this trim, all loosely hanging here. But it's tight around the edges, and it looks really good. This will be a Starlight headliner. I got 1100 strands of stars going in there. I'll show you guys that in the next one. It's gonna take a while. I apologize for how long of a process this is. I mean, just the SUEDE took me probably around 8-10 hours over the course of multiple days. So not the easiest thing to accomplish, but we'll get there eventually. And next thing is the Starlights. Really excited. I got parts drying, all the plastic parts. I got the glove box drying right now. Hopefully we'll get everything wrapped up, even the Starlights, maybe in a week. I'm really hoping that goes really smooth, and can't wait to get this done and back in the truck, because it is going to be a completely different truck, interior at least. So until I do the Starlights and get everything wrapped up, and I'll obviously show you guys the end result. So until then, I'll leave it at that, and I will see you guys really soon. See ya.